The crack is working. Welcome to the Voice Chat Podcast, everybody, to episode 18. My name is Maz from TheAMaazing.
I'm Laddi.
I'm Rushlight Invader.
Hey, I'm Hexrin.
Hi, I'm Relachi.
Woo.
There we go. Welcome, Hexrin and Relachi. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Before we start, I'd like to thank everybody in Patreon, especially Storyteller25, as well as Hikaru, for being our super sponsors. Okay, so major shout out to them. Love you.
Yeah.
Similarly, thank you so much for everybody who made fan art. So we're going to show fan art immediately now. Okay, there we go. We don't want to forget you like every other time. I'm sorry. I'm like your father. I forget. Call me dad. No.
Daddy. No.
Oh no. Similarly, you can listen to the podcast in iTunes and SoundCloud. We're still trying to work Spotify because SoundCloud is a very silly program. All right. With that being said, welcome to the podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
We had so much trouble organizing this one. Like, I gotta say, the time zone was the major big problem. We weren't able to align anything together. And I don't want to date ourselves, but it's the end of May, and I think this is going to come out at the beginning of June. So we need to have like a real quick turnaround, right?
Yeah.
That being said, because we haven't done a podcast in so long, there is a lot of drama and memes and everything that we need to discuss.
And
right?
I love it.
I love it.
Rush loves it. So I'm not sure if you guys are all caught up in the James Charles Tati drama.
Yeah.
Laddi, what was that? Did you just have a stroke? What was that?
She's really excited.
Yeah.
She's just frothing from her mouth.
Like, I love
Did you
the
hear
James Charles.
Oh,
It's just like little excited laddie noises.
yeah. If Laddi was a pet, she starts frothing whenever she gets excited. Like, oh, I guess Laddi likes this.
I already do that. What?
But yeah, are you guys all caught up in the Tati James Charles thing?
Yeah, I legit watched 40 minutes video about it. And then I
Dude.
enjoyed the tea, man. It's good.
Honestly, okay. So for me, I watched the Tati video a day after it came out, and I was like, okay, this is like spicy. This is pretty good tea. And I was like, okay, James Charles, we don't stand him anymore. Whatever, okay. I did think, like, now it's different, but back then I did think Tati was a little snaky. Like, why did she make the video exposing him now? Like, if she had all this tea, why was she saving it up until he like dissed on her brand a little bit, So I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I don't know, Tati, you're a little bit of a snaky boy, But then James Charles's video, I watched that literally today, like a few hours ago. And that is spicy. Have you ever seen an Uno reverse card in real life? Because that's literally what he did. He got down, slammed it down, and I was like, you know what? Tati? Let's cancel Tati, okay? Like,
Oh boy.
the thing is, all of them, like, didn't Tati... Doesn't she have, like, 13 million subs now?
Yeah, she like tripled or
Yeah.
doubled her original.
Yeah, she'd grown a lot recently because
I
of
think
it.
she
Like, she
lost
had
the new
what?
subs again.
Yeah.
Wait, she did?
Oh, wait, let me look it up. I think, like,
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
subs that James lost, he gained back again, and all the subs that Tati got, she lost.
Nice.
Are you serious? What the heck is
Wow.
happening? These are millions of people.
Oh my god.
I might be talking
What
bullshit
the
right
heck?
now, because maybe it's just stuck on the sub count, because YouTube be like, holy shit. 3 plus 3
Yeah, YouTube
million,
is.
minus 3 million, can't keep up.
Oh my
She's
god.
Dude.
still losing. She's at 10 million now.
Oh my
Did you get
god!
that play
What the
button?
heck is this stupid game,
I gotta
dude?
say, like, I'm not proud of this, but I thought, like, I was on Tati's side for, like, a couple of days before I watched PewDiePie's video, because I don't know, I thought that James Charles was just, like, I never watched this video, and his demeanor just told me that he was kind of, like, a very fake person. But then after watching his video, I really felt for him, because then I just realized, dude, that guy is 19, and we're like putting all the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
responsibility on him for like.
Yeah. He's just barely a kid. Like,
Yeah.
and she's like judging him based like
37.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? It's also like 19-year-old kid who's never been in a real relationship, right? So it's just like the part that I found interesting was the fact that we're like judging how he's conducting his relationships. Like, if you look back at my first few relationships, like quote unquote relationships, like literally I made one into a video because of how just terrible it was. That's like cringe and cancel worthy, okay? Like, cancel me for how I treated Cherry, all right? So and so we're looking at James Charles and we're like, you're not being like really good to the other men you're into, and it's like, duh, you know, like he's just learning. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But like as a lesbian, I was really bothered that people were judging him so hard that he says that he likes straight men. Because I had so many straight guys coming up to me and saying they want to make me like straight. They want to like turn me. And
that's a yikes.
Yeah, I was so pissed that people had this double standard, and like, just because James Charles is a gay man, what he did was bad and wrong and he needs to be cancelled, but yet like hundreds of straight men does the same thing and no one talks about it.
I found the point that he said where, like, what's her name, Lana Jarlson or whatever, Jana Ralston, like the singer, who made the tweet where it's like, lol, remember when James Charles hit on my man multiple times in the DMs, LMAO, and it got like 500,000 likes, but then it turns out that James literally hit him up once initially, saying like, hey, you're cute, you know, and he got canceled for it. And then like James pulled the receipt of when she met, like when the singer met the actual boyfriend, and what she did was she put pictures of the boyfriend on Twitter and said, yo, who is this? What's his name? How did he like his egg cooked in the morning? What's his like, you know, what kind of women that he's like? And it's like, dude, you did the exact same thing, and y'all are gonna like look at James Charles as if he's doing something wrong. Like, sis, I don't know about that. I don't know, man. I live for that. Like, not for the drama, but it's like all this like all complex issues that arise from it. Because in the end, I don't think either of them are like villains. You know what I mean? Like, James Charles isn't twirling his mustache. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, a lot of stuff like that is just not black and white with like this drama and stuff.
Jeffrey seems super sus though. Like, Jeffrey's like, I don't know. It seems really sus.
I get them.
When Jeffrey went after his brother, that got me. Like, if anybody gets to my family, that's a moment where I'm like, y'all need to stop right now. You know? Yeah. I don't know. Imagine if like Jeffrey Star messaged one of your siblings, okay? Like, literally, like, hey, like hey Ryan, hey Laddi's sister. I don't want to say name of. You know, it's weird. It's creepy.
I'd be like, what? Ew.
My kink, actually.
Do you think we should make storytime animator drama?
We should.
Kind
We
of
get
like,
millions of
Yeah,
subscribers.
absolutely.
Let's start it now, Mod. You smell. Let's go.
Oh, she did it!
Oh,
okay, can I like? I don't know how much I can say, but I'll say it.
Oh.
There is definitely enough material behind the scenes that literally like it could happen.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like there could be a situation. And I think I was talking about this with JJ, PJ, and a few others, but we were like, in this community, who is most like Tati and James Charles? You know?
oh yeah, I remember JJ told me about that.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think? Alice, Relachi? If you were to say who is the Tati of our community, who is it?
Do you wanna?
I don't want to say it.
I don't want to say it either. Like,
You can't say we all know.
I think like our most controversial animator, we all know it.
Censor beep sound effect.
Do you think? But the thing is, with Tati, when she made the first video, she had so much respect gained by everybody. Literally, even like non-fans, that people believed her from the get-go. Like, I think if Jaden was to make a video,
That would be
like literally saying like, yeah, this person did this and this and this and this, immediate cancel. Like that's a known, that's a not even a no revival there. That's
People will be like,
that's
yeah,
dead.
Jaden's
Scary.
here. Let's protect her.
It is scary, and like obviously Jaden's not the type of person to do that. Like
Mm-hmm.
obviously, like one day she just wakes up tomorrow, she's like, I'm going to cancel Alice.
Oh,
you know,
no.
like
Because no one thinks she would do such a thing. That's why it would like work
Yeah.
so well.
The thing is, I don't think there's anybody in this community that's bad enough to warrant
Yeah.
that level of canceling anyway.
Yeah.
It's like she wouldn't do such a thing. So like if it's to the point where she has to do it, you know, it must be really bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, there's no saving the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little chaotic. Okay.
Chaotic neutral.
Chaotic.
I'd say chaotic good. Like I like doing good things, but I love doing it in a chaotic way. All right, or maybe
Yeah.
chaotic neutral. Probably neutral.
Not
Okay.
know what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Because
say
right
neutral.
now, the animation community, it's pretty quiet right now. It's quiet. Everyone's busy. Everyone's doing things. Where's the chaos?
Where's the
Where's
chaos?
the
Yeah.
not even tea. Like literally, where's the chaos? Right? Like where is somebody's? Oh, that sounds wrong. Never mind. I'm gonna stop right there.
Just
You
wait for
see-
it.
Why is-
Maz. I'm going to create your chaos.
Ooh.
VidCon US. What are you gonna do to me, Relachi?
Oh my.
No
I'm not
foreplay
gonna do
here.
anything to
No.
you. That's-
Well, Alice, listen. What do you mean? Like, why are you gonna say it like
Why
that?
did you say it like that? You said it so like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do to
Dude.
me?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? I said, what are you gonna do to me? What is?
Maz, that sounded wrong, Maz. I can't believe you.
Y'all know I'm tired AF. All right, like it's like 7 a.m. I haven't slept yet, so whatever I say, just listen to the words, not how I say it. Okay.
These are ladies.
All right.
That's your subconscious. It's just your subconscious. It's fine.
Just subconscious. Like what? Am I gonna make
Hoping for
Relachi
something.
straight? Is that what's gonna happen?
Are you looking for something?
Now she's gonna make you a lesbian.
Oh my God.
Dude, honestly,
Then you
probably
can
more
cancel me
likely.
for turning a straight man a lesbian.
Relachi going around turning everyone into.
Bruh, that's hilarious. Dude, honestly, VidCon US, like I know we did this last year, always hyping
Oh,
it
we
up, but I don't
talked
think we
about
did it
it.
this year.
No, we didn't.
No,
talk
the
about it.
hype. We haven't talked about it this
We
year,
haven't,
really.
really.
Not
And
on the
it's like only
podcast.
a month away now.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. It's so close, and I am really excited.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Maz.
It's like, what's up?
I said, did you want to talk about the Pink Day or anything? Like for the.
No, not now, not now.
Not now.
That's a secret.
Cool.
It's not a public thing. It should be a secret thing.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
What
We'll talk
day?
about it later. Audiences would be like, Pink Day, you know?
It's
We're supporting breast cancer.
Yeah.
So I was talking to my YouTube partner manager yesterday, and I was like, yeah, you know, I was explaining the same old problem that I have, which is like juggling medicine versus YouTube. And then she's like, Maz, when was the last time you had some time off? And I was like, oh, as in like, no, yesterday. And she's like, no, but you spent that time animating, right? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, no, when did you have time off? Like, didn't do either medicine or YouTube. And I was like, oh, you know, like my mind raced back, and I was like, oh my God, you know, like literally, I was like, does socializing count? She's like, no, I mean like for like more than a week of time off. When did you have that? And I was like, oh no, you know, because like I was like, maybe VidCon US, but even VidCon US, everything is YouTube related. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm there for YouTube, and so I haven't had a break since like 2 years ago, and it's like that's a yikes. You know what I mean?
Well-
I'm just
Well, Maz,
spiraling.
listen, man.
Okay, but what
You
does
know
What's
how
up?
last year
break?
VidCon,
Uh-huh.
last year's
What does
VidCon,
count as a
after
break for
VidCon.
you? Sorry.
What's up?
We're so
You
not in
okay
sync.
there?
Wow.
I love Rush's way of handling any
Yeah,
sort of
you just
social
scream very
interaction.
loudly.
He just starts screaming on the top of his lungs. That is one way of solving a problem.
Also, dog's barking downstairs. It made me really mad too. So I was just
It's
telling
like-
him to be quiet.
Yeah.
He's somebody mentions like makes fun of his beanie. He just starts screaming.
It's like
What are you, Dragon Ball Z?
yeah. It's just like a gorilla. It's just like somebody talks over and it's like
Guys. Anyway, Relachi, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, Mas, what do you count as like time off? Like, does socializing count as time off, or is it like
No.
no?
Yeah,
Is it a
so
job?
time off, they defined it as more than a week away from any of your priorities with the sole purpose of literally not doing anything, right? Like just doing anything but your work or your hobbies.
Okay, so okay, yeah, then
Like a
socializing
vacation.
doesn't count then.
Well, socializing for like unless you socialize, like usually with
Networking,
socializing, it's like it's a day, right? It's like a day, and then you get back to work, right? If you mean like socializing, like if you go hiking for a week, then yeah, that's a time off. That's fine.
I mean,
But it's just to allow your brain to relax. You know what I mean? Just kind of instead of going down in a downward spiral, just relax.
I mean, I just think of relaxing as just like sitting down watching anime for all day and just doing nothing.
Hell yeah.
Just nothing. Did you?
Well, the reasoning behind it is because any kind of work, any kind of hobbies, anything kind of, it's all about your brain, right? Like social media, you look at Instagram, you see the amount of likes, you get a dopamine kick, right? And your brain gets used to that. And you work, and when you do a good amount of work, you get dopamine kick. If you don't do a good amount of work, you don't get that kick and you get sad. I think having a week break is to reset all of that, where it's like, okay, I now have to deal with some other ways of getting kicks or find something else. And so it's just to get your brain all relaxed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
That's
last year's VidCon, everyone was freaking out because they're like the last 3 days, everyone was motivated to do work, but then we're stuck there for like another week. And this year, you're gonna be stuck there for 3 weeks. So everyone's gonna go crazy in the house. I bet.
It's just the
Everyone's
last
gonna be
day.
writing scripts and drawing.
No one did work last year. What are you talking
No.
about?
I'm saying everyone was going crazy. Like everyone was like, I talked to, were like, I can't wait to get home and start working, dude. I can't wait. It made me still hype.
Yeah.
this
So
trip.
the thing is that's not the same thing. I think that's just motivation, because you gotta admit VidCon is motivational AF,
Yeah.
right? Like Relachi, Alice, I'm sure you went to VidCon Europe and you were like, okay, this is cool.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like VidCon has the effect of really kind of pumping you up, and so you say like, oh yeah, I want to do it, and then you get home, you're like, uh-oh. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
no.
Oh no.
Now
This
I'm
is fine.
sad.
Post VidCon depression's so real. After VidCon US, I was so depressed. Like that hit me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's definitely
I don't know.
It's definitely that feeling when you end up with like-minded people, and it's like, oh, it's so nice. When you get back, you're just
Yeah.
like sad boy hours.
How was VidCon Europe? Both of you were like in the same house and everything,
Oh
right?
yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah. But that was it both of your first VidCons?
Yeah, it was mine. Yeah, it was like, because like this VidCon was like the first one that happened in Europe.
Yeah. So you guys are OG VidCon Londoners now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. As I've heard, it was a smaller one compared to the US one in a lot of
Oh,
ways.
it looks tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
VidCon
Yeah,
US
US one.
is huge.
US is hectic. It's hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once if you saw the animator line, that alone, I was like,
Oh my
okay, no more.
God.
No more.
I mean,
No more.
from somebody who's not that into YouTube, but more into like animation and stuff, like going to the panels and stuff wasn't very interesting to me. Don't
do that.
They were just
Yeah.
more or less didn't really gain anything.
As somebody who does care about YouTube, don't go. Don't care.
Yeah, last year we were all like hyped up about all the panels because we're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna learn so much. And then we went and like not a lot of the panels were really great.
Oh yeah.
And now this year I'm just like, I'll go to like a couple panels, especially the panels my friends are in, but other than that I'll just kind of roll with whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm obviously standing my all the animator friends, right? Like, we gotta do that.
Yeah, of
Yeah, I
course.
gotta say, the panels at VidCon London were like, I went to one about Adobe Premiere, and the guy who made the panel, like, the program kept crashing, like, every fucking second. Like, we didn't even go anywhere. It was just like 30 minutes of him being sad about program crashing, and a room full of people being bored. And then like I went to another panel about lightning, and the panel just turned out to be an advertisement for a filming school. Oh yeah, we here at insert filming school name have this and this, and also yeah, let's talk a bit about lightning and stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
They definitely.
You guys got the short end of the stick.
Oh yeah.
Holy
They
moly.
definitely didn't keep themselves on topic. I remember a whole bunch of us went to this panel that was supposed to be about storytelling, and it ended up being about women in the film industry. That there are not a lot of women there. We were just like, what? Where
We
did
had
this go?
such a similar experience, like almost the exact same thing.
Like
That's
Alice,
amazing.
like all the guys in the audience were so uncomfortable at the end.
I
So
know.
many people were leaving.
Wait,
It was just like,
Wait, why?
I didn't come here to be judged. I'm sorry. What is this?
I'm sorry for my genitalia,
Everyone
you
just
know?
every guy just goes out crying. Just no, god damn it.
No.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I turned lesbian.
Yeah.
But like we did a thing where we didn't want to insult them, that we went just like a whole group just stood up and went out. So we just did like two at a time, went out and sneaked out around the back to get to the back. So it looked pretty. I know.
They noticed. They
That's
say anything at the
hilarious.
end. They're like, "What the heck are those people doing?"
I don't know. I hope they didn't notice us. That was so embarrassing.
I love
That's
that you guys
really
actually
funny.
left. I wanted to do that last year because me and Rush were in a similar situation, and I was like, "Want to just leave?" And he was like, "No, because then all the attention will be drawn to us." And I'm like, "But I want to go."
Yeah, don't waste literally, guys. Like, you got to think of it like, if you're at a panel and you hate the panel and it's not interested, you literally have like 3 days of VidCon, right? Less than 72 hours, way less than 72 hours. You gotta make every second count. You could have met Dan from Game Grumps, you know?
Well, Dan doesn't go to those kinds of things.
Oh god.
No. Listen. We were middle of the row. We had to excuse ourselves through people. We were right there in the middle of everything. If we just stood up,
Yep.
this girl was talking about her life and being hard. And I'm just like, I can't leave out while she's like crying on stage. Like, can you get the fuck out of here? I'm like, Laddi, no.
You know what you do, Marcia? You stand up and you go, wuss.
Yeah,
And
it's
just-
like,
just
sucks to be you.
sucks to suck.
Yeah.
I hope your dog dies.
And then you dab, and it's just out to the room.
You
What a
dab
dance.
and you yeet out of there.
Laddi wanted to do.
Yeah, you just leave.
Yeah. It does feel rude.
Literally, like, why not? It's fine.
I wanted to leave. Next time I'm gonna leave.
I'm gonna do it.
Exactly, right? 'Cause
I think I was
Go
the first
for
one
your
to
mates.
leave. I was just like, okay, fuck that shit, and I just up and went away from the
Yeah.
group. Like the rest of the group was still sitting there and listening to them. I just walked away.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole.
Like, legitimately, it's like, if
Yeah.
it's a waste of your time, just don't stay there. It's going to be really funny this year, because last year what we tried, like, obviously, because we're friends with everybody in the community, like, the community was moving around as, like, one big cloud. Like, you know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
But then we got into, like, a security thing where everybody, like, one fan would notice, like, oh, that's Ginger Pale. And they would go up and they'd be like, oh, that's Emirichu. Oh, and that's Rush. And that's Laddi. And that's Half. And that's, you know, they'd go on a spree. And then everyone else, all the other fans would be like, notice one person, and then they'll like catch everybody else. And so we all got dragged by security to go into this secret alcove and just hide there.
Oh.
And it's just like the silliest things, right?
Oh yeah.
And so I'm really interested to hear about what they're gonna do for VidCon US.
I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
excited.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm so sad about there's no meetup for the animators. They learned their lesson, boys.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't think there just was a good way. There's no way, no matter what you organize, to meet 2,500 people.
Yep.
Like, they're just not, right?
Yeah.
Even James, who's doing like 3 meetups, like the actual meet and greets, they can host 200 people each for 2 hours, and so he's doing 6 hours of it for 600 people, right? Yeah, alone. So that's gonna kill him.
Oh, he
He's
loves it.
gonna die. He loves the attention.
Yeah, but he loves the attention.
He really likes to go to VidCon for the fans. He said, he's like, I just want to be out there and hang out with them. And I was like, you're stuck backstage. He's like,
Aww.
Oh, dude, wait,
that sucks.
Relachi, Alice, do you guys get like recognized as like people? Like,
Recognize
People
this
as
people?
like animals.
Are you people?
no, you guys know what I mean, as creators. Did you guys not?
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, I did get recognized actually a couple of times. And like the only times I got recognized twice on one day is when I was wearing my own merch.
Oh yeah.
Aw. I hope you get recognized a whole bunch this time.
Yeah, I think US has definitely more fans. Like every Storytime animator. Like if I look at my stats, I'm like, yeah, 60% of my audience is in US. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
same. But it's so awkward. I have no idea how to do fan interaction. I'm like super happy when they talk to me, but I'm like,
yeah.
how do I keep a conversation and how much can I say?
Just be like, how's your day?
Yeah.
Yeah, like how's the convention?
Yeah.
You say hi. You're
How
like,
old
hey,
are
what's
you?
your name?
What?
No, that is
What's
not the
your
question you should
number?
ask.
Dude,
Can I
Yeah,
have
do you
your
like
social
candy?
Dude, me and my friend Pro Jared will send you some pics.
Oh no.
no.
Do you want to
no.
join my Snapchat?
Dude, why did Pro JR not get
Oh
canceled?
my god.
Why did he not get canceled?
Because
What he did was so much worse than James Charles.
there's like a whole
Yeah.
situation. There's like a whole like worm that got reopened and like
Yeah.
he wasn't really like he was asking for permission.
I also-
Their ages. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess it's because the people involved just are not being as public about it. Like, especially like Ross, who's just like, hey, watch this amazing series called Tales of
Yeah.
Ethereon.
Yeah, but he just wants
You
to
know.
stay away from that, I think. Pretty much. He deserves it, I think. Just like staying away from all the mess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's a yikes, man. I hope like that. Like the thing is, I know James and everyone lost subs and whatever. But the thing is, in the end, there's like there's like a gray area. Cheating on your wife with another married person's wife. I don't know. I don't know about that, Chief.
Wait.
That's not so much
Did you
gray.
hear about the story that came out where she had it was actually like what's it called, a platonic relationship
Yeah.
where his wife been sleeping with her side boy for all these years, and she was encouraging him to do the same. It's like you should get your own
Wait,
side. woman.
Heidi was?
Yeah, she had a side boyfriend like for years.
Oh, what?
And there's like text
That's
messages
messed
that got
up.
released of like her saying, he wants to watch me suck your dick. I'm like, whoa!
Oh.
And so it's like
Oh,
a whole
no.
like they're both in the wrong. They're like, it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it. What is happening? And then did you hear about Tfue and FaZe Clan?
Yeah.
Like their entire thing?
Yeah, I saw that. This is it. This is dumb.
I'm so sick of all of this, okay? Come on,
Gotta
guys.
start something.
We gotta start something, okay?
Oh yeah.
Relachi tried to make others lesbian.
Question mark.
Only straight men. I only make straight men.
Only straight men.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm safe. I'm kidding.
Are you? Oh, you just wanna.
You do
You're
this
just-
to yourself, Ma.
Yeah, you're just reassuring
know.
everything.
Like, why does
I
everyone
know.
think I'm gay?
Yeah, I want a supercut of me saying, why does everybody think I'm gay? And then supercut of every single joke I've made in which I
Oh my God.
I imply that I'm not
Let's
straight.
get at it, people. There's so much.
Yeah, and it's just like
There's so many.
and it's just like the do 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 and the
Yeah, dude.
I love it.
Because honestly, I obviously do it to myself.
Silly.
I don't know. It's like it's not too much of a joke for me. It's just like whatever.
Yeah.
That being said, in my new video that's gonna come out soon, I cut out a joke because I was like, yeah, I might be making this as a joke too much. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
How dare you?
The thing is, Game Grumps do that all the time, right? Like they always like pretend like Danny and him are like together
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff.
And Danny's a
It's like
furry.
also Aaron's married
Yeah.
and Danny has a girlfriend, and I think
Yeah.
everyone knows that. And like,
Yeah,
in the yeah.
Laddi, we literally talked about pro Jared's situation of.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's like I do like the jokes a lot. It's just Aaron has been so open about being like kinda into dudes, so it's kind of like he's always the gayest of the two, so it's always fun.
The doors the doors close, and Aaron and Dan just make cat. You know?
Oh my!
Gee.
Listen, I'm sorry, I'm reading a fanfic right now.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Hey,
dang
teach
it,
him
Mom. I
that
was
way.
reading fanfics during the podcast again. Come on.
Yeah, it's weird. Alice, you're in this.
Oh.
It's crazy.
Am I the lead?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
I might
animated.
Wow,
not-
speaking of, you're the animator, aren't you? You're the Game Grumps animator.
Oh yeah. Maybe not. I wonder if by this time that this podcast is gonna be out, the animation's gonna be out. They haven't answered me
Alice.
yet. Yeah, that is happening at some point, and I'm very excited.
Alice.
I'm so excited for you, Alex.
It's crazy because I'm not sure if we recorded it, but if you go back, I remember one of your goals. Actually, I think it is in the way. If you scroll up, it like of your goals, you say
yeah.
to have a Game Grumps like
Aw.
Yeah,
animated.
I wanna be a Game
Aw.
Grumps boy.
Before you were like in it as part of Rush's thing. You
Yeah.
know?
Rush Drag.
And now you're in it.
Yeah, that was like the original. I pretty much started watching like Game Grumps animated, and I was like, damn, these are so cool. I wish someday maybe I can be on that channel as well.
Aw.
And
I
yeah,
love it.
Aw.
I'm so
Yeah.
happy for you.
thank you.
Laddi's crying.
Aw,
I love you,
Oh god, you're crying. It's so funny because the Rush your entire like animator project thing, right?
Yeah.
It had been in development for 2 years.
Oh.
That I kind of just like I didn't forget about it. I I obviously did the part and everything, but I like all of the hype had been lost because obviously it's been 2 years until it's been done.
Yeah.
And it was funny because when it got uploaded onto the Game Grumps thing, I was like, and because once again I'm not the biggest fan of Game Grumps, so it's like when it got up there, I was like, okay,
Okay.
you know.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I was excited. I rubbed it in on my friends' faces. I was like, I'm on Game Grumps, guys.
Dude, I got DMs from like my real life friends who were like, dude, is this you in Game Grumps? And I was like, yeah, yes.
Boy.
You know, and it's just
Yeah,
it's
whatever.
like a
It's not even a big deal.
yeah,
It's not a big-
regular Tuesday night. You know, pretty simple.
Oh.
Wait, I have a story for this. I have a story
This
about
is my
this. Oh
life.
my god.
Oh.
I know.
Huh?
What's up?
Oh my. So you're talking about your friend's DM, dude. My friend DM'd me.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it was
really?
more not my friend, actually. It was my enemy from years ago.
Wait, what?
And my enemy messaged me. I'm like, what?
What does that mean? Like a bully?
No, like, I was,
Your
like,
enemy?
my enemy, like, on Twitter. I was, like, he added me, and, like, on my ex.
What does that mean? Did he steal your wife?
Yeah,
What does that
he stole
mean?
my wife.
Enemy?
He killed my
No.
parents.
Steal my wife?
He's the antagonist
Back in
of Rush's life.
Back on Xbox, I had this falling out with some friends, and
Mhm.
they were like always against me doing YouTube. They're like, "You'd never be a YouTuber. We just give up." And I'm just like, "Okay."
Oh.
And then I started doing more YouTube, and then I started distancing myself from them. And we got in a fight. I'm like, "Whatever, dude. You're not cool." And then he said mean things to me. And then like 5 years later, he saw the Game Grumps thing. He added me on Twitter. He's like, dude, saw the Game Grumps thing. I'm so proud of you. You followed your dreams. You didn't care about us. I know we were dicks to you, but you followed your dream. I'm really happy for you, man. I'm like, and I just messaged back, thanks. And I was like, I want to say, you asshole.
Nice.
Heck yeah, dude.
No, I like that better.
No.
Like the grace under pressure. You know what I mean? Like, if people are being rude to you, you gotta stay composed so that you're not as rude to them. You know?
Yeah, but pride
Like-
in my head, I was really like, haha.
Oh,
in
of
your
course.
face.
You're roasting them, right? Like, I'm sure that James Charles, when he was making the response, he was fuming in his head, right? Like, he could have dragged them to high hell and back.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Yeah.
You gotta have that grace.
Grace.
Now they always say congratulations.
Shake my dang head.
That's like the song of that moment.
Of that moment when you get into Game Grumps.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's crazy, Alice, because you're like a full-time freelance animator. Rush, you're like a full-time animator and assistant animator. And Relachi, you're the newest one as well. You're the new full-timer, right?
Oh, yeah.
The full timer over here.
Heck yeah.
Why oof? What do you mean?
Well,
I don't know if that's a good thing right now.
aw.
Oh, are you afraid?
It's like I never really earned a lot through YouTube, but I want to give it a chance and put my all into it until I can't anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
But I feel
Right.
like I'm such a bad example because I'm not someone who like dropped everything to do YouTube because YouTube worked out. I'm someone who dropped everything to do YouTube so it can work out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh yeah.
No, I think that's like probably more common. Like Sultan did the same thing.
Oh no, I think
Like he dropped out.
but Sultan he did got like a solid earning before he did that.
I don't think he did. He's been dropped out for a long time now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Sultan's definitely in the same shoes there.
Yeah.
So like you're completely dropped out now. Like you're not gonna go back into your course or anything.
I have dropped out and I am going to start start college next year. I'm not sure if I got in though. So until then, I want to do YouTube full time. And if it works
Yeah.
out, I won't go to college. If it doesn't work out, I will go to college. So
Okay.
the next 4 months will determine my life.
Do a school video.
Oh, dude, hit us up for like advice
Yeah.
and stuff. We're gonna help you out. What the heck?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, I'm
Always
trying my
hit it up.
best to get like revenue from everywhere because I also had a part-time job, but I got fired recently, so I have to get money somewhere. So I'm going to start a Patreon
Yeah.
too and stuff. But it's just
Yeah.
I was always so uncomfortable asking people for money, especially my fans. I feel like such a leech, but
That's fine. If that's the case, then I think YouTube's the way to go, isn't it?
yeah. But I'm
Legitimately,
going
like
to,
YouTube gets more money, and then you get sponsorships, and then you get more money.
Money.
I have to overcome myself many times for like money's sake. Like I'm also not super comfortable with sponsorships either because I feel like a sellout.
Yeah, it's definitely dependent upon how you do it. If for example, if you made a 3-minute video and have 1 minute and 45 seconds of it advertisement, then that's just a dumb move, and
Yeah.
you should not do that.
Yeah.
Or if you make like a video in which it's just a sponsor and you have something tacked on at the end of it, like I don't know, like a sketchbook tour or whatever, then obviously that's just that everybody will know you're selling out, right? Like you'll lose the respect of the people, you know?
Yeah. You need to like at least like I like Dominic's approach where he talks about it in the beginning a little bit and then at the end and it's like a 7-minute video and he like talks about it for like a minute probably at most.
Yeah.
Which is a
Yeah, because I think the audience members are under, like, I think everybody who watches like, okay, not everybody, most people who watch YouTube understand that we as creators, like, you know, especially with Adpocalypse 1 and 2, we need some other source of income. And so they're like, yeah, we'll deal with sponsorships. Like, even when I watch YouTubers I love, whenever they talk about sponsors, I just skip it because I know they just need to do that, right? That being said, is all about how you do it. If you just go like, you know, 10-second video of like, so guys, I went to Taco Bell and I tripped and I pooped. Okay, so here's my sponsor Skillshare. You know,
Laddi's
that's
video?
just
Is this my video?
That's the next upcoming.
Yeah, one time somebody mentioned Vidcon and I frothed and I was like, you know,
And then I got banned from VidCon.
because I bit someone. I had rabies.
Yeah, it's a serious
You know,
con.
and then like he is my sponsor Crunchyroll. He's my sponsor PETA.
He's so
So it's all about how you do it, right? Like if you make a good story, Relachi, and it's like doing well, and if people like the story, and you put a minute ad, people, that'll be good.
Yeah.
And Relachi, there's also like a document, with which a document that might be helpful, with regards to sponsorships. So I recommend you read through that. Yeah, easy. Relachi, we're all here to help you out. Everybody go subscribe to Relachi.
Not me.
Best community ever.
Subscribe.
Subscribe to Relachi.
Here to burn bridges.
I'll give it a couple more months.
You also don't be afraid of going into your own style. Like what I loved about your videos, Relachi, and forgive me if I'm crass, but I love when you own your kind of really just sexual sense of humor. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like I forgive me if I am being crass, because
What's crass?
I feel that a lot of people try to be family friendly to appease the YouTube algorithm and stuff. But I think an approach similar to what Tabs does and Adam does, where it feels like them and they still swear, but not to like a crazy extent, and they still talk about like bad. Russian newest video was literally about drugs.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, so it literally make the jokes you would, Relachi, and I think that'll be really funny. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think I'm already not holding back anymore. I just somewhere along the way I was just like, fuck it. And I think my audience also, due to my type of story, I have kind of a different audience than most of the storytime animators, because almost everyone I meet are in their teenage years or in their early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable. I think that's quite reasonable. Yeah. But I think once again, it was for Europe. When you go to America, I'm sure you're gonna meet little kitty boys and kitty girls.
If I meet someone who's under the age of 14 who watches my content, I will feel really bad.
No, it happens.
Oh, yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
It's
Right.
the internet.
Yeah. You talk.
Literally, half of my videos are about me drinking, so
Nice.
Yes. You learned
It's
so
alright.
much.
Rush made a video called Dragon Ball Pooper, and he's got kid fans.
My favorite. You mean my
I feel so
favorite
bad.
video?
It's SS tier, guys.
Wait, what's Gohan? What's Trunks reading in the bathroom, guys? I don't know.
Sans gone ape. I mean a comic book.
Just Winnie the Pooh, probably.
Winnie the Pooh. His favorite comic.
Yeah. So
A kid will come up to you and you're like, oh my god, you're like 5, you're a fetus. Why do you watch my stuff? Get out of here. And then the parents right next to them, they're like, my son, I'm so happy as good role models. I'm like,
As you get fade in flashback of the crap tsunami.
And then I just fade away doing the peace sign.
Shit.
No.
That's a classic Rush moment.
Yeah.
Aren't you gonna make a tier list of all your videos, Rush?
It is on Twitter right now. SS
Oh,
tier.
really?
Yeah, it's up there. It's the #1 best video of all time.
Yeah.
Do you reckon we should talk about tier lists? Do you reckon?
I heard that you hate them, and
I hate them.
yeah.
I loved your tier list once.
Yeah.
No, I hated that one as well.
It was beautiful.
It's just I hate everybody in my tier list.
Aw.
It's just me times 20. I think tier lists are fine. It's just boring. It's fun when it's a controversial-ish topic, right? Like best food chains, you can argue about it. It's the same reason why the pineapple on pizza argument still hasn't died yet, because people love arguing their dumb controversies, right?
Yeah.
It's friendly banter, you know what I mean?
Obviously pineapple is.
But in the end, it's still boring. Like pineapple on pizza now, it's still boring because it's just an opinion, right? Like with a tier list, it's like if you DM'd me saying, "Hey Maz, I like apples more than oranges," and I just be like, "Oh,
fucking
okay."
dare you?
Yeah, yeah. It's like I don't know what reaction you want from me. I'll just look at that and be like, "Enjoy." You know what I mean? Like I just don't get it.
It's good.
You're the worst, Laddi. Laddi just messaged me saying that. You're the absolute worst. And so that's why I said tier lists are just boring. And I have more of a problem when people make tier lists who are within the community, because I can understand with fans and stuff or people who don't know us, they make tier lists of us because it's like, I'm judging the content, and it's like, okay, that's fine. Some people may not like it, but I don't have any problem with that. The problem I have though is when it's done by people who are within the community, because then it feels like you are judging us and the content because you've talked to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you have a friend group and you're rating your friend group based on like the good friends. I don't know. This felt weird. I've had a couple friends I'm in the tier thing that a couple friends have done of me, and I'm like, okay, I mean, sure, I guess, but it's just awkward. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't publicly post a tier list of my friends, but I would see it as like stand-up comedians. Like, I don't like them as a person, but I love Louis C.K.'s stand-up, but him as a person, I'm not really like super happy for him.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Yeah, and it's like, I would like it if the tier lists were more unique. Instead of making like generic Storytime animated tier list, why not make a tier list of the Storytime animators as to who would cuddle the most versus the least? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, James's character, Marshmallow Boy, would be S tier in cuddling.
Oh,
You know what I
It'd be
mean?
So
sticky.
fluffy. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Ginger Pearl would be A tier.
Yeah.
Blocko though,
Yeah.
would be quite D or F tier because of how just sharp he is. You know.
Oh, he's sharp, alright.
Aw.
He's
That
a
sounds
sharp
like
boy.
so much more like genuine and pure. Just like, this
Yeah.
character wouldn't be fun to hug, but this character would.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it's just silly. It's just silly. It's silliness. You know what I mean?
Aw.
Or even with the dark turn, like which of these characters are most likely to do crack? You know, and it's like.
I mean, Moss starting the podcast saying.
Yeah.
So,
It's like, Maz is S tier.
Yeah.
Relachi's with me on S tier. Okay, Relachi and I are just doing crack.
Doing
I'm
crap.
in the SS tier.
Yeah. The SS tier? How do you think
Laddi's-
you get all your energy for videos? Come on.
Exactly. Hold on, hon. Okay.
No way! I want someone to animate like Laddi in a really dark den, just doing like hard line crack. She's like, you know what? Just hold on,
Yeah.
guys.
It's like, so, hey guys, it's Laddi! Woo-hoo. Hey guys, it's Laddi!
How are you doing?
New video!
I want to like.
Do crack?
No, that's gonna sound really bad. Don't do crack, kids. Don't do
Do
anything.
acid.
acid
do not.
instead.
We're
No,
so
don't do
today's
that.
sponsor crack. We're sponsored.
Who? Us? No, God, no.
No.
FBI, we are not sponsoring anything. Please do not arrest me or Relachi or Alice, please.
You can arrest
You can
me
arrest
though.
Laddi and Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been there. It's fine.
I've been there.
She's been
I'll
there.
fit right in. I miss Charles.
Laddi, weren't you having like weird dreams about that as well? Like people getting imprisoned and stuff like that?
In prison, I don't know. I just had weird dreams. So I was telling people yesterday, I had this one dream where we were all making a big pizza in my animation lab. It was just like my class, and I don't know why. We started taking turns making the pizza, and it took up the whole room. And I'm like, okay. And then our teacher's assistant was like, oh, you guys gotta start over. The pizza's bubbling and it's about to fall. And we were like, oh darn. And then the teacher was like, no, you can't remake this pizza because that would take 5 days. And then my dream ended, and I was like, oh, okay.
I tuned out for a second. I thought this was real. I'm like, Laddi, what's going on in school? Wait,
Yeah, this actually happened in my anime. This is
Yeah.
what college does, dude.
I know, this is animation. What do you mean?
You want to learn animation? You gotta make a big pizza first.
Yeah, and don't make it bubble. It's
Um,
gonna take 5 days.
Listen,
Yeah.
Rush is the pizza making expert.
Dude, I
okay? Don't
am the
even
pizza
ask.
making expert. You're right, Maz.
Dude, yeah.
Why don't we make pizza at our VidCon?
We need a pizza oven. I know how we make pizzas in pizza ovens. We don't have a pizza oven in the house, Maz.
Aw.
Are you sure?
Can you use
Maybe.
a regular?
Did we order an oven?
Yes.
Nice.
The thing is, can't we just use a normal
Yeah.
convection oven underneath the stove or anything?
You could, but where's the fun of that?
Where's the fun of
You get a cool
that?
pizza paddle. Pizza paddles are half the fun. You get to flip it and spin it. It's awesome.
What the heck? What normal people don't have a pizza
Bring
paddle.
Well,
your
we-
pizza paddle to VidCon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bringing
I know you've got like 5 in the closet.
Yeah. Good.
Dude, no, listen, pizza paddles are really fun.
Yeah.
Just to hit
I
people
mean-
with, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's such a specific thing to have fun with. I mean,
Pizza paddle.
Well, listen.
You know what this
Speaking of
reminds me of?
penises.
Like, do you guys know the
What's up?
yaoi paddle from
Oh.
anime conventions?
The yaoi
Yeah.
paddle.
Oh. Yeah, like, it's literally just a paddle with the word yaoi spelled on it, and people hit other people on the ass with that. That's all it is.
oh
Go
yeah.
on. Oh, I see it. It's a row. Yeah. Like a
Oh
boat.
my.
I'm telling you, anime
So Relachi, the
conventions
next question is,
was wild
has
back in
somebody-
my days.
oh god, I was gonna say it like.
Yeah.
Wait, did you
Oh,
use it
no.
on somebody or did somebody use it on you?
No, oh, thank God. I didn't go to like, I only went to one anime conventions, but like the people who got butt spanked the most by those paddles were cosplayers. And
Oh no.
it's actually really scary because I watched a YouTube video where they talked about like the worst thing that ever happened with the paddle, and they were talking about a girl who saw someone cosplaying her favorite anime character, and she just decided to like run up to them with the paddle in her hand and just like with full speed force just hit them in the pelvis, but not like with the flat side of the paddle, but with the freaking edge.
Oh.
And
Oh my
and
god.
the hand
Yeah.
spinning. Oh, that's not
Right,
the worst
shut up.
part. That's not the worst part. Like, what ended up happening was that they completely shattered the pelvis of the cosplayer, and
What
he
the
was
fuck?
paralyzed. He is paralyzed from that, and she went to jail.
Oh my god.
Oh my
No.
god.
Never go to anime conventions, I guess.
Yeah.
We're
You
not going
get,
anymore.
you get
Too
your
Did she
dangerous.
get,
Pelvis.
like, did she get sued?
What?
Did she get sued? Like, what the heck?
Well,
I
she went to
would.
prison, so I guess she got sued. I don't know.
oh my god. Yeah.
The thing is, the way you were describing it, it's like, yeah, she was gonna use the paddle, but then she didn't hit them in the butt, and then she used the side of it, and then she ran. It just looked like she did a hitman job.
Yeah.
You know, like,
It's just like,
she
just imagine, just like
capped his kneecaps and crushed his pelvis.
Just like this cat girl with like ears just running at you full speed with a paddle, just hits you, shatters your pelvis and runs away.
That's how I
God
want to go
damn.
out.
It's so freaking scary. But I love how
Yo.
this conversation went from making pizza to paralyzing people.
No, it's okay.
Is she?
Like, yo, what are you in for? Yeah, I'm here for murder. I'm here for drug trafficking. I beat somebody's pelvis with a yaoi paddle. Alright?
They moaned after
That is-
they liked it, but I don't know why I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
That's a yikes, man.
It's a yikes.
So what? Yeah, Relachi, did he use it or did he get it used on?
What do you mean?
Yes.
The yaoi paddle.
No, what was the question?
Yeah, have you ever used a paddle?
Oh no! I'm a normal human being. I don't.
I'm not
think-
crazy.
I'm sane.
Yeah. I'm not insane.
Yeah, and I'm just hiding my yaoi paddle in the
Yeah, only insane people have those.
Yeah.
Listen, if you see me running towards you, Relachi, at full force with the paddle, you'll know
Just
what's
run.
happening.
If
Run
ever,
like
I
the
would
wind.
use not a yaoi pedal. I would use a yuri pedal. Excuse you.
Oh.
I've
Oh my
Oh.
god.
It's a Yuri paddle.
It's
What am
gonna
I
be
learning
like Kill
today?
la Kill with the two scissor
Oh my
blades.
God.
It's gonna be me with Yaoi and you with Yuri. Just
It's gonna
Yes.
find your way.
All right, Vidcon, let's go, Maz.
oh god. I have too many fights. I'm gonna fight Emily. I'm gonna fight Chili. I'm gonna fight Relachi. I need
Oh
to
my
bowl
God.
against Rush. I need to.
Are you gonna bring your katana for the fights, Maz?
Oh, absolutely. Well, the thing is, I think I'm gonna get stopped by customs if I try to bring
Oh shoot!
a metallic katana.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Did you ever
Yeah, I don't
get
know.
that?
I don't know. Yeah, it's above my head
Oh,
right
that's
now.
nice.
I used it to make a TikTok, but I think TikTok was like, "Hey, this is like way too
Oh,
dangerous,"
Whack. Lame.
and I told them that they were being dum dums.
Yeah.
So
He'll being told us. Okay, guess you're not a verified TikToker then.
They'd remove my verification tick. I'll be so sad, man.
Oh, would you be like actually really sad if they did that?
It's the only, like, literally I have Twitter and Instagram, and the only tick I have gone is on YouTube and TikTok.
Aw.
So, yeah,
Just like,
I think so.
No, I mean, yeah. That makes
It gets me a lot of clout, so yes.
Oh
I
yeah,
will.
yeah. Of course.
LOL.
oh well.
Look, I just hold clout. Okay.
I don't care
Top
about
game.
quality. I really just want a lot of money and attention. What are you
We
saying
can start
so
drama.
Well, nowadays I actually just want to finish my video.
Stop there. I just want to
Same.
finish.
I feel that.
Yeah.
It's like, because, okay, so me, Laddi, JJ, PJ, Rush,
Not me.
a lot of people, we made a
Not
dumb
Rush.
bet. Right? We made it, yeah, not Rush. It was Sultan and Emily, I think. We made a dumb bet in which we said, hey, before VidCon, let's make 2 videos. Whoever fails to do that has to owe dinner to everybody else.
That's a lot
So
of
we-
people.
Can we go to McDonald's? Get the dollar
Yeah,
menu.
yeah. I was gonna say, because I don't think any of us have even released
Yeah.
one video.
Well, Alex, she got a video out.
She did?
40
You
more
did?
days, guys.
Sultan did. Illy did.
Alyssa?
Yeah.
Oh no.
We
So
gotta
the
step it
left
up.
are PJ, Laddi, JJ,
Yeah.
myself.
PJ is getting nearing done, I think. And then JJ said he's been working on his. I don't know. He said like maybe next week. I don't know.
I'm not really working on my video. I'm just trying to get the other side product done right now. I'm gonna get them done before VidCon. That's all I'm doing.
I have 3 videos planned before VidCon, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do them.
Yeah.
Well, owe us dinner, laddie.
No. No.
Just does 2 vlogs and posts them.
Totally.
Yeah.
No, because I have the storyboard already done for one of them. Because I did that for my storyboard class. So, like, I think I could manage it. I think it could be okay.
When are your finals? Do you have finals or anything?
I'm done. I had a lot of finals. So for my storyboarding class, I had to storyboard a complete narrative, and I had to do a pull an all-nighter for that one, and that was fun. And then for my drawing for animation class, we had to make an OC of like an already existing world, which was really fun. It's fun homework. It's just busy homework. And then in my sound design class, I never showed you guys the audio, but in my sound design class, we had to do like a whole like little radio show thing. It had to be like 6 minutes long. And that was interesting. What my group and I did was we did a fake American Idol thing, and it's so stupid. Maz sings like the Big and Chunky song. Rush sings Jonas Brothers.
Oh my god.
It turned out really good. We got ace, so I really appreciate it. But one of my storyboard homeworks was like having to do a commercial, and I was like, I'm gonna advertise my merch. And so I have my merch video. I have this whole skit for my merch video, like all storyboarded. I'd want to get it out before July. That'd be fun, and then I could.
Get one video done.
Yeah, one video. No, I have like 3 videos in plan. I have a skit that I'm almost done storyboarding that I've been planning for a while now. I'd want to get that out before like the first week of June. And then I want to do Laddi Explains VidCon, since it's like it's right before VidCon, and I feel like I have like funny ideas for that. And then my t-shirt thingy. So
A lot of plans. Nice.
Jesus, you planned so far ahead, laddie.
I know,
I was
it's
up
crazy.
till 3 last night on my phone trying to like plan this whole month because I'm like,
The merchandising as well, I love it. Like, Relachi, didn't you make a fanfic it just plugs your merch?
Yep.
You know what I mean? It starts off normal
I love
fanfic,
that.
but then it's slowly but surely.
Yo, I was
Gets
legit
into a
writing that
plug.
fanfiction at 4 a.m. in the morning because PJ was ranting that she couldn't find any fanfiction of her, and I was like, fine, I'm gonna do it. And I couldn't think of anything, and I like needed other characters, and I was like, Maz. And it just kind of like went from a normal fanfiction to like both of them erupting into a song, and that's how it ends.
Okay.
Someone
I love
animate
it.
it, please. Not me, though.
Not me. Someone else can
Somebody
have
else
this
do it.
content.
Yeah.
Somebody else do it, please.
Yes, and also plug
Yeah.
my merch.
Ooh.
Go buy Relachi's merch.
Buy that merch. Buy that
And
merch.
This episode
ours.
of the Voice Chat podcast was sponsored by Relachi's merch.
Yeah.
Where's our paycheck at?
Yeah.
Wait, give us some money.
Yeah, we're getting paid. Damn it.
My presence
I
is
just
your
can't-
money.
Oh, hell
Dude,
yeah.
you're right.
Ooh.
This is worth it all, dude. The Relachi in the Voice Chat podcast. I'm crying and shaking right now.
Crying and shaking
I
right now.
cannot even.
I can't even. And then the Hexrin, who works for the Odd Ones Out. Oh my god.
Where?
What?
Where?
No.
No.
Wait, do I work for the old ones out?
Wait, what? Whoa.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, you're a storyboarder. Yeah, you're so powerful.
Yeah, I'm bored. I'm bored. The good.
You bored.
I'm bored.
I like you on the team because it gives me more animations.
Hell yeah. We have a deal going on between me and Rush. I add more animation bits for him to do. So
Yeah.
it's a sneaky plan.
Wow, what the heck, taking over James? Like, I'm gonna tell James. I'm gonna tell James
Tell him
right
right now. Add him.
Yeah.
Add him to the
Add
call
him
But
right
that's,
now.
that's like a lot of the animation bits are kind of done by me, and it's always, Rush, you're so good at animation. It's like,
Hey, I put the in
now.
Wow, Rush,
Before
you
Rush
come
was
up with all
complaining that
these
James
on
was
your
taking
own.
credit, and now Rush is taking credit for Alice's.
it's a circle. It's
For
A
Alice.
circle of life.
Yeah, I just need to take someone else's credit now. Yeah.
Yeah, you can take
Yeah.
my credit.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can just take it.
Oh, okay.
Take me.
I made
One Laddi,
Laddi.
please.
Yeah.
Alice made me.
Yes, I have made you from my own bones.
Alice is me.
Yeah. Oh, that's a twist. That's
Dude, wow.
All right, and so with that amazing conclusion, I think that should be enough for the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for coming along. What
Coming
did I
along.
just coming
You're
Elon? Did I just
Coming
say?
Elon.
Thank you.
Coming
I'd like to-
Elon.
I'd like to thank
I'll come
Elon
on,
Musk.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming along, Relachi and Alice.
Thanks for
You're welcome.
It's been an
Yeah.
absolute pleasure.
Thanks for
Thanks for
inviting
having
us.
us.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. It's been awesome. And thank you so much for audience for listening up to this point. Okay. Once again, you can go to our Patreon if you want to support us or listen to us on iTunes or SoundCloud.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Woo.
Bye.
Laters. And logging off now.